Hi children, Namaste. Today we are going to discuss the topic the Raitwari system during the British period. In those days, there were some districts which were ceded to the British by the Nizam on the account of debt in maintaining the British contingent, and such districts are known as ceded districts. Those are Bellary, Anantapur, Kadapa and Kurnool. So what are the ceded districts? Bellary, Anantapur, Kadapa and Kurnool. And this area is known as Rayalaseema also. This area is known as Rayalaseema. During that time, Thomas Munro was appointed as the principal collector of these districts. Thomas Munro was appointed as the principal collector of these districts in November 1800. At that time, the districts were in complete anarchy. These ceded districts were in complete anarchy, and there are 8 Palegors or petty chiefs in this area. How many Palegors are there? 8 petty chiefs. But what was their duty? Their duty was to resist the imposition of British rule and indulge in constant war and looting. So their duty is to resist the imposition of British rule. And when Thomas Munro appointed as the principal collector of these districts, and what did he do? First, he subdued the Palegors and disbanded their armed followers. He subdued his Palegors and disbanded, and he tried to get the hold on these districts, and he was the man, Thomas Munro, and who appointed as the principal collector of these ceded districts are known as, or we call them as ceded districts, Thomas Munro. And when he got the grip over these districts, and after getting this grip or hold on these districts, he started doing survey and revenue settlement. He realized that there were no zamindars in South India like in Northern India. Instead, close-knit peasants in Andhra and Tamil Nadu, and who held the land, cultivated it and paid revenue. So he realized that if the land is in the hands of the cultivator or peasant, and such system will be benefit to the tiller who cultivate the land. And recognizing the importance of the peasants, he devised the Raitwari settlement, and he introduced in entire South and later in Western India. When did he introduce this Raitwari system in India? In the year 1820. 1820. And who introduced the permanent settlement system? Have you remember? It's Lord Cornwallis. And here let us have a glance about this Raitwari system. Rait means cultivator. Rait means cultivator. The Raitwari means peasant tenure, the duration of the period of tilling. The duration of the period of tilling, we call it as tenure. And here we have got some pictographic explanation. Here is the government, and I think this is tax, and here is that fellow is right, tenant and right. And what is going on here? In Raitwari system, the right is paying to the tax to the government directly. Is there any middle person between government and right? No. Is there any person between the tenant and as well as government? No. So he was paying the tax to the government directly. So he got a direct relation with the government regarding the tax concern. But instead, if you remember that Jamindari system concern, in Jamindari system, this right he or peasant or tenant he used to pay the tax to the Jamindar, and Jamindar used to pay the tax to the government. So the Raitwari system made these peasants to have a direct relation with the government regarding the tax or revenue concern. And what is the important thing which you have to remember regarding this Raitwari system? Cultivator became the owner of the land, or I want to make it somewhat simplified. That is, the tiller became the owner of the land. And survey numbers have given to every piece of land, fixing the legal ownership. So these are the, what we can say, these are the important features they got through this Raitwari system. So number one, cultivator become the owner. The survey numbers are given to the every piece of land, fixing to the legal ownership. So they become owners legally. And while deciding the tax per acre, this is also what you have to remember, my dear. While deciding the tax per acre, they consider yield, how much yield it gets, and price situation and market condition for their products, and the crop cultivated, which crop they cultivated and how much they spent for that, and all these things they considered while deciding the tax per acre. And before the cultivation, another important thing was introduced by Thomas Munro in the year, for the year 1801-2, and he made necessary advances to the rights, or nothing but in our terminology we call it as crop loans. And what did he do? Number one, he made necessary advances for purchasing seeds before cultivation, and for implements, bullets, and to get it repair of old wells or dig new wells. See how nicely he considered, or he concerned about the right in through this Raitwari system. And Munro argued that the British government should act as a father figure protecting the rights. So government should act as a father for farmers. What a wonderful argument given by Thomas Munro. The British government should act as a father figure protecting the rights. In that year, because of all these things taken by Thomas Munro, what happened? So crop was grown very nicely, effectively, and they collected a good revenue collection being took place. So this was known as Munro's approach towards peasants, or Munro's system also. Munro's system, the system which he follows through this Raitwari system is known as Munro's system. And what kind of development activities took place through this Raitwari system? And they introduced the cash crops in some areas. And one person, namely the British engineer general Sir Arthur Cotton, and he, because of his efforts, so he was a man, Sir Arthur Cotton, a British engineer, and because of his untiring efforts, see here they constructed an anicut across the Godavari at Dhavaleshwaram. It was completed in the year 1849, and here we got this Dhavaleshwaram barrage, which was constructed across the Godavari river, and a view of this Godavari river, Dhavaleshwaram barrage. So this was constructed or designed by this man, the Sir Arthur Cotton. And regarding the length of this Dhavaleshwaram bridge concerned, that is about 3,599 meters. 99 meters. And another effort also being done by Sir Arthur Cotton, and he designed an anicut across over Krishna river at Vijayawada, and such, that is see here, Prakasham barrage, and which was constructed across the river Krishna at Vijayawada, and it was designed in the year 1854. And regarding the length of this Prakasham barrage is concerned, 1,223.5 meters. And these, because of these anicuts or barrages, it brought prosperity to the delta areas. Regarding these Prakasham barrage concerned, the opening date of Prakasham barrage, that is in the year 1957, whether you remember or not that, and when Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister of India, and the objective of the first 5-year plan was developing of the agriculture, as India is an agriculture country, and they focused on this agriculture, taking such objective into the consideration. So they started this, once again these anicuts or barrages were started and open through this, are treating them as irrigation projects. And third one, the developmental activities during the under the phase of this Raitwari system, Kurnool-Kadapa Canal, which was built after 1857 for Rayalaseema areas. But most of the areas depend on rain in India, but some areas being under they face the severe drought and famine conditions also. And let us have a discussion. What is the result of this Raitwari system? So see, the land revenue which was fixed by the government was very high, and they fix this land revenue for 20 to 30 years, unlike Jamindari system. But prices rose, revenue paid easily. At first they felt somewhat difficult, and after some time, because of these irrigation projects and all these things, they got good provided good water, and further the crops grown and they paid the revenue easily. But another what we can say, a bad feature of this Raitwari in this system, another group of persons came into existence with full of land, such we call them some landlords, and tenants were unable to pay the higher rents, and they collected less, but tax became more high, and that's why they did not show interest on those lands. And that is one of the important thing which we have to remember regarding this Raitwari system concept. And if we move on, the commercialization and money lenders.